All right, guys. So we're back for another episode of They Ain't Your Friends podcast. We've been pretty consistent so far. We need to give ourselves a round of applause. Yes. And you guys notice that we have a fourth person joining us today, and she is our faithful listener, one of our favorite people, Kim. Hey, Kim. So I ain't even gonna ask y'all what's been going on because Corona.
I have something to say.
Oh, what's up?
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know if this is Toya's thing, but one of our TAYF ladies has a new position to celebrate. Woo! So I didn't want to.
Yes, I got a promotion. I'm so excited. I don't start until next school year, but deets to come once I actually get my foot in the door. Once the virus is over, but my paperwork went through. So this is my second gathering of the evening.
yes, because you had a previous Zoom happy hour.
Yes, I did. So I'm excited.
Yeah. So the bigger question is, what are you ladies drinking tonight? What's going on? What's in y'all cups?
I'm doing the usual sweet red. Although last week I had a daiquiri, but this week it's a little sweet red. See, we already been talking. I had a lot before we started. A little sweet red wine.
Okay. Kim, what you got?
I got a spicy margarita with jalapenos inside.
Up your alley.
Oh,
My lips is burning.
Oh.
You know,
I bring to you.
Yes.
Jack Daniel apple, Tennessee apple.
I've seen that.
It's much lighter than the Crown Royal
Crown.
with a splash of sweet and sour mix.
I see you.
And my friends call me ghetto, but I have my ice.
It's not
no one called you ghetto. We were just concerned.
That's right. It's not the ice that's ghetto.
It's not the ice.
When you voice your concern, that means small ghetto.
But let's be clear, it's not the ice. It's what the ice is in.
Don't be surprised if you got a little Amazon Prime package coming your way.
Look, I accept all Tupperware. I am not ashamed. It's better if you send it than me take it from you. So
true.
Either way, it's stuck at your house.
Okay, right. So everybody toast their glass. Toast your glass. Oh, Nidra, what you drink?
Oh, well, I kind of drank it all, but I was having a margarita.
Yes. Quavo.
And now I don't want to get up because it's gone. I don't want to get up because
you want to have to do something. You're not gonna drink the whole time we on here.
I'm gonna need to get something. Can I leave real quick? Can y'all talk amongst yourselves? I should have refreshed my cup before I hit record.
Yes, but that's okay. Yes. We will talk amongst ourselves for a minute.
Okay.
Really,
can't toast with no toast. I
could have took a picture with our guests. Oh my God.
I thought we were taking pictures.
So how is teleworking going for you government ladies, government and private industry ladies and school ladies?
Well, private industry and school lady is, I've been working from home since 2015. So
this ain't nothing new for you.
But it is
too though.
It is something new when you got a whole child here all day.
100%.
All day long.
I said I don't like afternoon Dylan. I don't know him. Never met him before. I like morning and evening Dylan, and I don't know. I looked at him the other day and I was like, this who you are during the day? I can see why people might not like you. This is not fun.
I mean,
you're irritating.
My thing is, when you think about your child and their future, and you just be like, oh, he might be the next rocket scientist or the next, but I'm learning that might not be the case. Because
it's still possible.
Right.
At this point, I'm like, what
trade. What trade?
Channel that energy that way because
Right.
I'm looking at these hundreds and tens and ones, and I'm like, so if you move a tens to the ones, what you got now? He's like, 2, and I was like, you know what?
Let me tell y'all this though. I got Dylan a math tutor because that is the subject that we will not survive together. And I love her. Like, I'm probably gonna give her a part of my stimulus check because just as a little bonus, just because I'm happy you're here. I love her. I don't talk about math with me ever. I don't care if you do the work or not. You better take Miss Tyler on Sunday. I don't care.
I just tell Mikhail, we're just working hard,
So sweet to her.
We're going to keep working. No, it ain't always sweet because she's been cried about 3 times by the time they got to this point. This is normally the conversation the next day. How are we going to work hard to become better? Because we have some gaps in our learning.
I need little, what do you call those little buzz lines, Toy? I need some of those.
I see some gaps and, mommy, even though mommy's the teacher, it's still hard. We have gaps and we're going to keep working, moving forward. And we're going to keep that tutor for the summer because we're going to have to work on some things because talking to her sometimes, I'll be like, were you here? Like, were you part of this family? But then I go back to one of the sources and
absolutely no, Dylan ain't get some of that from me. I be like, and it takes everything out of my spirit not to say, oh, that's your daddy right there, brother.
I said, look, peas in the pod, okay?
But you like they daddy. I can't say it. It's easy, child.
They peas in the pod. He said, but we good people, ain't we?
I love him.
Oh my God. You just gotta repeat things. I said, I know. We repeat them several times. I
hate every ounce. I hate every ounce of this.
I'm trying to to work. Like I have to just for the sake of keeping a relationship with my child because she's been in cry about 3 times, and I'm like, I don't want to be that person. So we just gonna keep I had a tutor for most of the school year, and we kind of fell off, but no problems. We're gonna get to rolling because I can't do it.
I can't.
And the fact that I teach night school, so by the time I'm done, I'm tired because she don't get up until 1 o'clock.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I said, if you get up when normal people get up, then you can have school and the rest of your afternoon. Right. But we're just getting started.
They don't get it.
When normal people are finished.
And knock it out. Stop talking. Dylan makes noise.
Oh. I the other day, this girl dancing.
Yes.
Little girl dancing the other day. That's Mikhail. I'd be like, finish this. I'll be right back. When I get back, she done a whole TikTok. Yep. She done joined some friends on Roblox. I'm like, oh, I thought we was done. No, we not.
And you mad because you still got work to do.
Or I'm reading the directions and she in there. You doing?
No, my child made a whole tattoo during his Zoom class. I was like, because I'm in my office and he's got a little desk next to my desk. And they on his Zoom and he then rolled up his shorts and he's switching markers out. I was like, are you listening? He's like, oh, I can hear. I was like, are you listening? Are you being present? And he was like, oh. In class, but you'll be drawing the tattoo on your body. Like,
so Dylan was such an asshole the other day. I said, we went through this whole thing and I was like, Dylan, he was like, I don't know how to do it. I don't know what she wants us to do. I was like, you see, she posted direction. He was like, I see it. Okay. I was like, all right. Now I went back to work. I don't know what to do. I said, Dylan, it says it right here if you read the directions. He was like, you ain't asked me if I read them. You asked me if I saw them. Those faces right there. I was like, oh, this little asshole. Like, I just.
But your Dylan is so sweet. He's so sweet.
Glad y'all think so. He is 50% the dude that was 0 to infinity. Just a complete douche. And I'll fight with all of my spirit for those pieces not to show up, but they show up.
Okay.
They don't show up in front of other people. They show up in front of me.
Of course
Yeah,
they
and
do. They
I
always
appreciate
do.
that too. Like I appreciate that. But I'm in here yelling, you can cry, keep crying, get some tissue, because you're still gonna finish this work.
Yep. I'm like, is that helping? No, look, it's helping to me. All that crying.
Oh, where were you? From kindergarten to third grade. Were you there?
Well, on that
And I'll be quick to be like, oh, I passed 6th grade, so I'm out. I don't need to do this no more. I don't need this stress in my life. I mean, I've been a 6th grader. I finished. And I leave.
Oh my God. Well, on that note, let's toast
Sorry.
to the moms.
Let me take a picture.
Don't rush.
I have cranberry and crown apple.
Oh Lord, you done gone from tequila to okay.
I'm at
I'm
home.
glad you staying in, girl.
Where am I going?
I don't know. The phone calls.
You got your pictures on?
Everybody.
Yeah. Okay. So what we're going to talk about this time, Toya had a really fun idea. Oh gosh, it's probably been a good year or so since we have taken some of the questions that come into Six Brown Chicks. If you guys don't know about them, I don't even know what to say about Six Brown Chicks. It's just wow. It's just a wild blog, Twitter feed that they got going on. But people can submit questions. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to say these questions. We're going to take about 3 or 4, and then I want you guys to give the advice that you would give the person asking the question. All right, you guys got it?
I guess.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Uh-oh.
I feel nervous.
I know. Like it's a
A lot of technical difficulties.
Okay, my bad. I went to some other thing. Okay. All right, so here is question number 1, ladies. He spent a year encouraging me to trust him and to be vulnerable with him. I did that. Meanwhile, he cleaned out my bank account and stole or sold my son's Nike shoes and PlayStation.
Oh, the ghetto. I don't like it here.
Yep.
Oh, the ghetto.
This feels very Cabrini Green.
He says alcohol made him do it. I love him. How to get him to
Jackie
love
Jamie
me back?
Foxx.
you know what?
What kind of crack
This
is
the one you picked, Nidra. This the one
You love him, and your question is, how do you get him to love you back? Well, then you deserve what you get. So what you
Why is your bank account info after a year? I don't understand.
It's hard sometimes, but we got to love ourselves first and roll
You're so wise.
the F out. Okay? Like what?
Yeah, he smokes crack, lady. He's not loving you. That is crack, okay? If
100% toy.
somebody's cleaning out your bank account and stole your son's shoes
That's true.
And PlayStation.
and PlayStation, he smokes crack, okay?
Yep.
If it's not
100%.
crack, if it's not crack, it's another
Hair wrong.
drug. I don't know what hard drug it is, but there's an addiction. It's not alcohol.
Agreed.
That's crack.
It's not even weed. That's not even weed. Don't blame that on the ganja.
That is crack.
100%. Or them opioids, girl, the new thing. That's them opioids.
Oh yeah, hold on. Which
Sharon.
Hair wrong.
He is a dope fiend. He a dope, whatever it is. He ain't loving you because he smokes crack, okay? Or heroin, or
Why he got your bank account information? No, I don't understand.
That's
a year?
a good question. That's an excellent question.
But
Excellent.
when you got PlayStation and shoes got them missing, you ain't think he was taking money from you?
He took it out at one time.
I'm gonna be
Was he slow taking it out?
I'm just gonna be nice and say You need to love yourself first. Don't worry about how you can get him to love you. Love yourself first. Because right here is some foolishness. So you need to get up, get out. And your baby don't got no PlayStation, so y'all read a book.
Shoes. They're gone. He just sold them.
Who was the person that was telling her to make herself vulnerable? Who told her that? She don't need to be friends with them no more.
He told her that that's what he needed. Yeah.
Next.
That's what he needed. He needed her to trust him, and he needed her to be vulnerable.
You can't trust nobody.
She need references. Why she ain't get no references or nothing? Y'all know nobody that know this dude. Nobody. He live in PG County. Somebody. He ain't got no mutual Facebook friends. Nothing. You ain't know nobody that knew this dude.
Right. To tell you, nah, girl, he smoked crack. She smoked crack too.
Sound legit. This does sound legit. She smoked crack too. Good job, Toy. You down this corner, right? Good job, Toy.
Yep. Good detective skills. You right, Toya, because what?
No.
Next.
All that. So, I don't mean no harm, but she got low self-esteem. So.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. She needs to love herself first. Like,
because he's still your son's shoes, and you still want him.
That's a whole problem. And what was the like? How did you catch him? Like, what's his explanation?
He just
how
said
you
it
get
was
him to love you?
alcohol.
How you gonna explain that away?
He just said it was the alcohol. That's what made him do it.
When you drunk, do you be like, ooh, I need to take somebody's iPad. I'm gonna go to Nisha's house and take her kid's iPad because I need to buy some.
If you drunk, you can't log into my account, take all my money.
But if I'm high off of crack.
He's an alcoholic and has alcoholism.
Alcoholism make you say, I don't know many alcoholics that be like they steal. Now, if I smoke crack,
you trying to get that next hit, you gonna steal.
You need that next chase. But
people will share that liquor with you. Ain't nobody sharing they crack. They ain't sharing them lines.
No. All that's true. All of that is true.
Ooh, okay, so we're gonna move on to a man who has an issue with his girl.
Oh.
So, question is, everything, and I do mean everything girlfriend says is a lie. Her one kid is really 4 kids. Her nursing job is really pawning my computer and stripping on weekends. I love/hate her and hang around just to expose her lies, but I like her kids and I want to help. Advice?
If you don't get the F out of there, once again, love yourself first. You don't love them kids that much. You don't even know them kids that well.
They're not your kids.
If you don't get them
how much you want to bet he got 4 kids of his own too that he don't know about, that he don't talk to?
And I bet you the loving is good. See, he trying to tell us he love her kids. He love that stuff.
He like that crazy.
Ain't no man,
baby loving it.
Ain't no man staying around for all that foolishness unless it's something else. And she must be off the walls flipping and tricking.
She got that good.
Yes.
No, I'm not say what I was gonna say.
Say it, Toy.
Come on, Toy.
Y'all gonna be like, Toya, like
come on.
I won't, Toy.
I'm just not gonna say it. I was
say it, Toy.
I was gonna say no.
Say it, Toy. We're not moving on.
We appreciate a diversity of thought on this podcast.
He must be fat because
he got them bumps on the back of his neck. He got them bumps on the back of his neck that don't nobody really.
Clippers.
Yep. I am with you 100%, Toy. He got them razor bumps on the back of his neck, child, and they levels in that back row.
Oh my God.
Because I don't know no nigga that's gonna be with nobody.
I agree, Toy.
I
agree.
Like she nursed during the week.
Upon his computer.
When she strip on the weekends and she got 4 kids, but you love her kids.
Cause he be babysitting them mother suckers on the weekend. That's why he love them.
Oh my God.
That was so true. I'm glad you went with what your
I'm glad
gut
you
said.
said
So
that was pretty funny.
that was right on point.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
I can't.
You know what? I can't with you because big boys need love too.
Full side.
But it's the bumps though.
They ain't
Big boys
confident
get
with
it
his
with the
thighs.
bumps.
Then a bump on the back of the neck. I don't like
He
a
probably got them joints up out of his neck.
Y'all not right. Everybody can't afford
But
it.
it's true though.
He done got them bad clippers up out of his neck.
Right, he got them,
Yes, he does.
unsanitized clippers.
Little pus bumps under it. Ugh. Mm-mm.
But it gotta be something like that because dudes don't stick around for foolishness like that.
Oh, it's too many women out here that's just throwing it at people. I have never. You go from 1 kid to 4,
Next, Deidre.
and she still.
You probably got 5 baby daddies with 4 kids. That's how that math works.
Live in a remote town.
Ooh, okay. Interracial relationship.
Oh, I've never had one of those. But I'm going to listen.
Engaged to a Black woman. I'm Polish. Okay. Notice that everything concerning spending her money is bad luck. At a food truck, she ordered, I didn't have cash. Her, too bad. It's bad luck for a woman to pay for a man's food. She ate in front of me. Is this true or a scam?
A scam, fool.
So he
Like
thinks
it.
this is based
So
on the
innocent.
culture. On the culture. So he thinks that all Black people believe that you can't pay for your man food. I'm done.
First of all, though, I like that we can get away with this.
And she told him a good one.
We don't get away with shit. So
one.
I really do like that we can get away with that. And he believe that joint. I might pull that one off. My culture says I can't pay for
I was
that.
gonna say she must have really came with that early on. Like, you know what? It's against my beliefs to pay.
In the Black culture, we don't
Bad
believe
luck.
in
Bad luck. You shouldn't do
No,
it.
that Black
You
people
know, like
don't-
your
we
parents
don't
used
do
to tell
that.
you, if you buy dudes some shoes, they're gonna walk out your life.
Walk out your life.
Oh, is it the
100%.
same?
But he said,
For a while.
but the fact that she said he ate in front of her, like, so she went ahead and ordered her some food and just was like, it's too bad you ain't got your wallet.
I can't. She ain't even give him a little chicken, little wing.
This is like
She
a
ain't shit,
legit.
nothing.
This is legit. I want to give her a round of applause because
I agree. I like that we can get away with that one. I might use it. Pew, 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 pew. She get a little.
He gonna find him a little brown girl who is sharing, and she gonna get the best love of her life. Meanwhile, this girl out here being like, it's bad luck to buy you a hot dog. I'm not.
She on to the next white dude. Bet.
You know, all white people thinking that Black people don't buy food.
Poor thing. He just don't know.
What is wrong with people?
but they're engaged though. They're engaged.
Yeah, she doing it. She doing it.
So she's not spending no money.
No, that's
When
that
you
90-day
spend her money,
fiance
she's
mess.
like,
Ain't no way to engage, and he thinking that. He bought her from Poland, or like that's some mail order bride stuff. He ain't no way.
engaged. And she is pocketing all her cash. All her cash, she keeping it.
I like
I'm
it.
done. I'm
I like
done.
it.
I love
I
it.
want to be just like her when I grow up.
Listen,
That was like the smartest thing ever.
Ever.
it's against my code, and he's so sweet and respectful. He's like, well, okay, I'll just
He
pay.
don't get and whoever on that blog better tell to him that is true. they better confirm and keep it moving.
Oh
my
my God.
God.
Okay, so last one before we move on to our next topic. It's from a woman.
Oh no.
I knew my man had a wife, but she was fat and always breastfed.
You know what?
Wait, what?
Take it from the top. Take it from the top.
Rewind that back.
Take it from the top.
My eyes are tearing up.
Lord. Lord.
I knew my man had a wife, but she was fat and always breastfeeding. So for the last 2 years, I pleased him, supported him financially, co-signed for his truck, etc. We were building something.
Where are
He
you?
left her. He left her and moved in with somebody else. I'm heartbroken and depressed.
He left his wife and her?
Wait a minute. Read that again. Read that again. Somebody's breastfeeding. What?
Okay, we've been tearing up.
What?
Nidra, don't bring these no more. Don't.
I feel like I can't take them seriously. Like, are these real people in real life?
We always be like, are these real people?
I think they just try to get exposure.
Well,
But
and
go
then,
ahead.
like, you're not embarrassed to say that? Or so somebody know your hashtag or your little handle. No.
She said, I knew my man had a wife, but she was fat and always breastfeeding. So for the last 2 years, I pleased him. I supported him financially, co-signed for his truck, etc. We were building something. He left her and moved in with somebody else. I'm heartbroken and depressed. Help.
Do I go first? First of all, you can't build nothing with a married man.
Boom. Boom.
That is number one. Number two.
What does breastfeeding have to do with it?
He's married and a man, and you supporting him financially. Where is the money from him and his wife? What do they do to support themselves? Why are you supporting him?
That wife over there, like, why don't you have your pay for that?
But not just that. If you support him financially, you supporting her.
Financial.
Too.
Yeah, and got them a truck.
You know who the wife is? The wife is old girl at the stand not spending none of her damn money. and old girl paying for his stuff. Like, they just living it up. Because this doesn't sound right.
I don't know why women think that, and don't get me wrong, because I would think it too, but I have since learned, like, just because you think the wife is ugly, fat, stupid, whatever, that's the story, not his. Well, I can't even touch the breastfeeding. That mean they just had a baby.
They just had a baby.
That mean they just had a baby.
At least within the last year.
Breastfeeding?
Girl,
you're repeating this. Like when you read this and you read it out loud.
Did you hear yourself?
Hear yourself. That he's married and she keeps breastfeeding. What does that have to? That means they keep having babies.
They having newborns.
Yes.
But you bought him a truck. You co-signed on a truck. So if this nigga stopped paying when he moves in with the next girl, which he probably didn't, he went back home. You still paying a car note on the truck.
that he got 4 car seats in from his breastfeeding wife. Girl.
But what are you building? It ain't like y'all gotta save joint savings and y'all about to buy a house. How you build with somebody who bought with somebody else?
See, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all always be like, Toya, but when you don't have a mother to tell you these things, this is she don't have a mother. It's so her mother. It's a cycle.
Here we go.
Because all of this that you say sounds stupid. Like, and I don't even like to call people stupid because.
But what if her mother is like Frankie?
That's what I'm saying. Frank had no mother because she was on crack. The other man.
So Keisha Cole ain't had no mother because Frankie with her.
Essentially,
got issues too.
Oh.
No.
Or Mama D.
No, Mama D
was better.
That was more different.
Now,
Yeah.
Mama D is different.
Yeah.
D now.
Mama D was running stuff. She
Yeah.
said she made the best choices, but she wasn't on no crack. So
Nah.
it's two different types. You know what I'm saying? So, but this is the thing. You don't have nobody to guide you. You don't have no friends. You don't have no mother. You must don't have no
Definitely don't have no friends.
Because if you came to me and was like, man, I'm messing with this dude and his wife. I mean, I'm feeding him, girl, but she just keep breastfeeding. I'd be like, so that's because she keep having babies.
Baby,
But that's why she on 6 brown chicks saying all of this. She ain't gonna tell her friends
because she can't have relations right now because she's just had a baby.
Yeah, she can't tell.
6 weeks postpartum, like you can't really do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, but this is crazy, and I don't have. I'm done.
I'm out.
Tap out.
All these people with these low self-esteem. This is my advice. Until you work
therapy.
on yourself, don't you write nobody.
What's that little 1-800-talk something? They need you to do a little bit of.
Go to Talk Space.
Go to Talk Space. That's what it is.
I have to agree.
Black girl therapy. Do something.
Yeah.
I have to agree. It starts
good
with loving
girlfriend.
yourself. Because if you loved yourself, you would not have typed and then hit send on this message.
On that. Yep.
Because
and if it didn't have no misspellings in it, that means she proofread it. So she read it twice.
You right.
No misspellings. Because when you proofread, you read it out loud. You was like,
absolutely.
He keeps breastfeeding. You
yep.
heard yourself.
Is that one word or two? You knew.
Oh my gosh. Whew, all right. So
yeah, my head hurt.
I'm about to send y'all all a video at the same time in our group text, and I want y'all to look at it.
Oh no.
But you can't say anything. You can't say anything or show it.
Kim, we're recording.
I know. I'm just telling you. I just want to see your responses in the same space.
Oh gosh. Okay, so we wrapped up that part. So the next part we want to talk about is
Sam. I'm not doing this. I already saw the cover. I'm not doing it. I'm not
going
Nope.
I'm sorry. I did not mean to
you guys said that after we stopped recording.
I couldn't. I just wanted to see it right now. Okay, next topic.
I ain't even playing.
We can't talk about it on recording.
This is real life. Oh. I thought this was something we get off the internet, but that's real life. I didn't know that real life was like that. Oh.
And then start the podcast an hour after I started drinking. Come on. That's not nice.
Okay, let me get off this.
Been gone.
We're going to have to talk about that later.
What is this?
Excuse the interruption.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. TAYF podcast family.
Deidre, ask the question, please.
So,
I got to write a note, though. Wait a minute. Let me make a note, though. Ask about.
But I throw a little something in the mix. I just want to be a participant.
Yeah, you're so disrespectful.
Okay, I'm ready.
You got to know. So, the next thing we're going to talk about is our favorite show, Return to HBO.
Finally.
So, Insecure season 4 is back, and a lot kind of went on in this episode. First of all, the way it opened was just like, what? WTF?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
WTF? Like,
yes.
What? So I just want to kind of like get overall like of the entire episode and what you think is going to kind of like happen in this. And also I think this season, we're going to get 10 episodes this season.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a long season. So how did you guys feel about like this very first episode for season 4? So yeah, start with you.
Can I start?
Oh, yeah.
The show this season, I'm so excited. I've never seen my name in anything.
LaToya Jackson.
Look at Latoya. Yes.
LaToya is everything. I was like, oh my God, I love it. So I'm trying to find a little picture.
The billboard. They had like the
All these
billboard.
little billboard sign they had.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I think I couldn't even focus on the rest of the episode because
You're so funny.
Yes. Looking for Latoya. That was so good. It was so good.
It was.
Yay, Toy.
yeah, I never see my name in anything, so I was so excited.
But Toya, how do you feel about like the first episode?
Yeah.
So I watched it twice.
Yeah.
Because you know, after you hear like all the recaps, I was like, "Ooh, let me go back and look at it."
Yeah.
Molly is definitely hating, and so you know how we always put ourselves in each other's shoes or whatever, and so I don't think I would have hated, but I would have definitely gave Condola the side eye because I would have been like, "That's my friend." Y'all know how.
She's very protective of her friends. Yes.
Oh, so if you were Molly, you would have gave Condola the side eye. Or you're just saying as a friend?
Like you my friend, you know. But I'm gonna have to share you for a minute. I get it. Y'all work together. But I've had other sidebar conversations with people about Condola too. So, but I see that Molly's gonna be really jealous this season because she doesn't like. Now, I wouldn't have done this, but she doesn't like Issa's growth because, you know, when they went to the store, she was like, oh, you buying new outfits to all this for your, what she have?
What did she have?
Her little
Block party.
The mixer.
Oh, you buying all these outfits for your mixer? Like, everybody was talking about Issa's outfits and her come-ups. Even Tiffany was like, oh, I don't know who Issa, these your shoes?
Yeah, shoes. Yeah, like, did you buy her the shoes?
Right, so they're used to Issa being so needy that they're not encouraging her come up. So I'm like, oh,
Agreed.
Molly really is hating because she.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
We frozen.
She coming
Toy,
back.
you froze.
All right, well.
Okay. Oh, there we go. There she go. She don't realize she was frozen. So you were frozen for a while.
Oh, I was?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was saying, like, Molly's really hating on Issa's come up. Like, she's really not feeling it. She's not checking for it. And it's unfortunate because it's going to lead to their relationship messing up.
Yeah. Did I hear her say, though, she ain't messing with Molly like that? I feel like I heard that.
That happened in the very beginning of the episode. She's like, I don't mess with Molly like that no more.
Right. Okay.
And then it went 4 months before the block party. So we're starting 4 months before the block party for season 4.
Right. And that just hurt my heart because I love that they're friends and you have these friends and I'm like, no, don't fall apart. But what I think it is, like Toya was beginning to touch on, like a lot of times in relationships, people have roles. Like Molly's the successful one and Issa's the mess friend, but that dynamic has worked for them. And as Issa starts to come up and be successful, Molly's feeling away. But it's so interesting because I don't even know if it's conscious. And that's the thing that I was like, because a lot of people were hating on Molly, but I don't even know that it's conscious for Molly because she was still doing the good girlfriend thing. Like she didn't dip. She stayed. She cleaned up all the beer bottles. She was throwing away trash. She was doing what good girlfriends do. So I don't think it's a conscious hating. I think she doesn't even know what she's doing. And, you know, Molly's a mess anyway. Like, Molly got all kinds of issues and baggage. And I don't even think it's intentional per se. Like, I don't think she's trying to hold Issa down. I just think she's used to one thing. And when the dynamics change, she don't know how to act, coupled with whatever's going on with Asian Bae, who I think is very cute.
He's very cute.
Yeah.
He's very cute.
I like Asian Bae.
Yeah, I don't think it's intentional for Molly. I just think with the dynamic shifting, and then she got a mess of work with the black little young, do that work. But I don't think it's intentional. But I just think she doesn't know how to manage the changing dynamics in their relationship, and Issa actually having her stuff together and being successful. The other thing is, I almost sympathized with Molly at the end when she was like, "Well, to be honest." Because she gave her the out. You know, like sometimes you've been thinking something for a long time and then somebody gave her the out to say it and she just went way left with it. She probably had to say all of that.
She's
So,
like, I don't have to be so messy. And I was like, but Molly, really? Because you ain't here going on a dude. Like, you got your own mess.
Molly has had her.
100%.
Molly has had her whole fair share of mess.
Whole last season she was a whole mess.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of mess. And for her to say that about, first of all, because Condola and Issa, of course, they didn't know they had a connection.
Right.
Through Lawrence.
So we can,
Yeah.
I can tell you about my conversations this week.
So they didn't know. And I mean, you know, like, of course, Molly knows her friend. Like, she knows her friend. And she could have been coming from a place like, girl, you know, I'm not sure if you're really over Lawrence, and you might kind of be looking at Condola in some kind of way. You're trying to do this block party thing. I'm not sure how it's going to really work out. I just don't think the way that she framed it was very well, because again, she's telling Issa that she's a mess, and like Molly puts Molly's whole life, like her work,
Mess.
personal, everything has just been a mess from season one.
Work is really the only place she excels.
Right.
Everything else would be a whole nightmare.
Yeah,
That
and
whole drove life last season.
Yeah, but she was messing up the work joint, you know, last season.
That wasn't her though. That was Dude. And I mean, that's not.
And
I mean, the fact that she did that at all.
But that's that black on black crime. Because you know, black people.
It is. And he liked to be the shining star. He wouldn't let her make a move without him. And she was like, look, I can do this by myself. So I don't blame her for that. But other than that, though, the rest of Molly, her life is a mess. Kim, did you want to give us your insight on the situation?
No, I actually agree with all three of y'all's perspectives.
Yeah.
That's how I be when I listen to y'all's podcast. I'm like, exactly, Nidra. And that's exactly what I'm saying, Andrea. Right, Toy. You know, Toy said exactly how I say it. But so I feel like I'm just listening to the podcast.
So Toya, what was the conversation that you had?
So my cheer mom friends, they watched Insecure too. So they were like hot with Condola. Like, I cannot believe she went over to Lauren's house after the mixer to go to sleep with him, and this and her. I said,
that's her man.
I'm like,
him and Issa do not belong together. I was like, Issa and Lawrence are no longer together. I said, she doesn't, I mean, her and Issa are cool, but she got to put her thing down like we together. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Let me not let you remember what you had. I'm gonna remember what you got right now. I said, why is she wrong? They were like, that was messed up. What?
Why?
Because if you I mean, we cool. We work friends. We're establishing something. But you're not like my good girlfriend from like 20 years and you messing with Lawrence. Like, I just met you. So
and I had an established growing of a relationship with him before I even knew that you two were ever anything. And you know that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's interesting that people were like
mad at Condola. Like, they were like,
they sound like they be posting on 6 Brown.
And they were like, why didn't she sleep with him the first time she came over there? Remember, he had the popcorn and wine, and then she broke it.
I mean, I get that, because you like, how messy is this gonna be?
Because I really like her.
She needed a minute to let it settle in her thoughts and get her mind around it. And she
I said, I don't Condola. I would have done that too.
Nobody is wrong. There's nobody in that whole party is wrong.
You're right, Kim. Nobody's wrong.
Nope. She left the mixer. She was feeling nice. She was like, you know what? The life is short. Issa seemed to be doing okay.
She okay with my relationship, so I'm good.
I'm going to get mine. I ain't mad
at her.
So what do you think about Tiffany though? Do you think Tiffany should have been like, told Issa like, you know, Condola and Lawrence went out after my baby shower?
First of all, I already don't like Amanda Seales in real life. So this is going to be very hard for me. It is difficult for me to see her in this role after this whole she on the real life. I don't know how she going to fare with me this whole season.
I be struggling with that, because I watch like Amanda all the time. I don't watch the real, but I follow her on Facebook. I mean, not Facebook, Instagram. And I go back and forth because she is a lot. But I don't disagree with what
Lots.
she says, but her personality is so strong. And then she always talks about the people who don't like her. But she's nothing like Tiffany. My thing with Tiffany is, I don't know, because I think about Nidra, right? Like, me and Toya are different than Nidra. And I think about Nidra's very respectful. And if it was nothing that was like, if you didn't think it was anything, I could see Nidra being like, I'm not even trying to start no stuff. And then, but if it got to a point, like, because Tiffany legitimately didn't seem to know that Lawrence and Condola had really hit it off. She thought they had went out once and it was whatever, you know. And she seemed to not think that much of Lawrence anyway. So she's like, oh, he gonna go out with her once. So I don't blame her. It just, the way she did it in that moment, though, was kind of messed up. But I don't know that she needed to tell her, because they're not, Condola and Issa weren't cool all this time. And then they started working closer. And I don't think Tiffany knew that Lawrence and Condola were getting so close. So in all fairness, like I said, I have to think about Nidra, because me and Toya would have been like, girl.
See, I feel like when she had her baby shower, she was all mad about how they took her out the group text and they had their own little side conversations without her in it. And that's exactly how you stay yourself out the group text, is by not telling your friends that her Amanda hooked up with somebody at the party. Like, and you in her face? No, not a chance. There's no way you're gonna be back in the group text if that's the kind of mess you pull.
You have said something, because I just feel like Nidra is more of Tiffany in this situation, because Nidra's very respectful. Like, I'm not gonna tell their secrets because I respect you and her, and I respect your secrets. Blah blah.
No, I would have said something.
You would have said, even if you just thought they went out once, because it seemed like, and I believe it, Tiffany didn't know that they were getting.
Yeah, I definitely believe that she was kind of like, wait a minute, y'all are still hanging together, like y'all are tough. Like, I knew about the one date, but I ain't know. But I probably would have said something like, oh, I'm like, so and so at my party, like he met somebody. I probably would have said something.
I'd have been like, he like her.
Yeah.
I would think just for the simple fact that they're doing business together. Like, I just feel like that's just messy.
Yeah.
I would be like, just as an FYI, you ain't got to think nothing further into it.
Yeah, I probably would have said only for the simple fact that they met at like my thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they met at my thing, I would have said something. Like, if I just would have saw one of y'all exes at the bar, no, it's no point. What would I say? Why would I say something? But
if you saw one of their exes at the bar with a girl that they now working with every day, well, I need that. I need you to let me know, even if it's just like, girl, I don't think it's nothing, but just so you know.
I know. Yeah, but I would have said.
I have to look for Nidra for this one, because Nidra be classy like that. She be.
Yeah.
I would have been like, girl.
I'm like, why invite?
I would have snapped a picture and text y'all.
You know, I'm like, why invite mess and drama in your life when it don't need to be there? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't need to be there. So why invite it? So that's how I am. So what did you guys think about I was laughing so much about the scene with Issa in her TSA bay?
Girl, I was like, Issa, you all right? Like, I was like, it ain't got that bad. Like,
okay, so me and Andrea talked about this the other day. Andrea's like, that's a thing.
Yeah, people like a big boy.
And it is.
I liked his confidence. I did like his confidence.
He was like, dang, girl, you're like a Rubik's Cube.
That's what it's like when you mess with a big nigga.
Oh, missionary, you like that missionary.
He was like, oh, that's what some guys saying.
He get out of here.
Oh, Issa was like,
that thing.
That's not working.
And then he gave her some of his little confiscated little. I love. It's like he like her. He like her a lot.
And then he was hyping people as they came in
the party.
This joint lit.
They take him nowhere.
Oh, but then he had like all his little TSA stuff all typed up on his shirt.
I loved him, actually.
Oh my God, he was so sweet. But I couldn't get it. I couldn't get a gauge for how Issa felt about him. Like, I mean, Molly was like, "Oh, that's what we doing there."
You taking which is
Yeah.
him.
Oh my
Bringing
God.
the side joints out in the
Right, like he told
Oh
us,
yeah, she did.
like he
It's
told us
free,
he
so.
was it's like it's Friday, my phone real dry. Like I just call him TSA Bay up, but he was doing
I
security.
mean, listen, clearly he hit it right. So she was like, "What you gonna do?"
I was like, when that scene came, I said, "This is a dream. This ain't."
I don't think I've ever been that vocal about what I like and don't like in a session. She clearly cared less about him. That's why she said what she said, how she said it. He could go or come, and she did not care because she was like, yeah, no,
Not really working for me.
that's not working for me."
That's me. That's me. I'm like,
You can say that like that in the moment.
I'm
and
like,
it's still-
I'm like, I can't do this no more.
we got to do something else.
I can't do this no more.
I'm hot.
I like TSA Bay. Everybody need a little TSA Bay season in their life.
Oh, that was so funny. I mean, but they shot that thing at all different angles, so you was getting all of that. Like
You were
I'm
really
like,
cute.
like, oh.
That was definitely the line of the show.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
you know what? He was there for her when she needed him. He was security.
He dropped off his little Hennessy and weed that he confiscated.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
And he
I
hyped
got you,
together.
girl.
He was the hype man and the security at the party too.
Y'all,
He did what he was supposed to do.
when he started to play Kaya, I was like, you know what?
Yes.
Yeah.
And old girl came up.
All I heard was, all you ladies drop your
Like,
like.
he like legs or tits.
That was hilarious. She was like, "Oh no.
No, I was like, oh no, I felt bad. I was like, no.
I was embarrassed myself. I had secondhand embarrassment.
Me too. I was like, no, not that song, no. All I heard
It was so bad. It was so bad.
like this.
It was so bad. It was.
And then Kelly,
It was
she
so,
be making it
that
up
was
like,
the
oh, hot nasty is the after party.
that was the most black moment of that show. Like, only our people gonna get this.
Oh my God.
I love how they sprinkle her brother in, because her brother just be in on the most random parts, and they do not get along.
At
Right.
all.
He say something real snide and just scurry off. I be like, her brother is off the hook. And
When the doctor said, you know I can't be laying all these tablecloths down. You know I got carpal tunnel. All you doing is hit and play. He was like, and I gotta spin.
I love her brother. Like, he's everything. And then he was like, you welcome. You ain't even say thank you. Like, what?
For that.
Oh man. Okay. So, do you guys have any like predictions for the season?
I mean, honestly, I don't even like it. Like, I just am so excited about every moment of the show. But I do think, and what I appreciated last season with Tiffany, Amanda Steele's character, is that they have some real moments. And even with Issa and Molly, people, I feel fortunate that we have never had like any major falling out. But people's relationships do evolve like this.
Yeah.
And, you know, I like the show is getting, I hate to see it though, because I like their friendship, but I like that it just feels real and it's stuff that we can relate to. So I almost just don't even want to make a prediction, because I just love to go for the ride. Like, I just love to see what's going to happen next. And I do want, I think Consola, because Consola is the type of girl that Lawrence would be with. She's not like some jump off type chick. And Lawrence is a good dude. You know, he got a good job. He's a good dude. He you know, he went through his whole phase. Now
He did.
He got him at a really good time. So I could see them being in a real relationship, and, you know, Issa seeing what Lawrence could have been. Because remember, when they were together, he was going through the trying to start his company, and he was being stubborn and young. So it sucks to have been with someone during their growing years and then seeing what they evolved to and knowing that you put in that work. So
5 years. I didn't realize that till she said it too.
that's going to be something.
5 years.
That's with each other, like right from out of college or right from college to like 27, 28, because they've been broken up a little bit now. So, but y'all know Chaz. I love him. Like, he just off the hook. Like, I love him. And every time he have a scene, he just funny. He just be on screen for like 30 seconds and he be like,
Love Chaz.
I love him. But yeah, so I'll be interested to see what happens. But I can see Lawrence and Condola really being like serious, which is going to be a very interesting dynamic for Issa to have.
You think Lawrence is going to have a real role? I feel like he's a side character.
You know,
you think he's going to have more of a
role this season?
Space
I think they're going to intentionally inject him. Yeah, I think
he's in it this season.
Me too.
But my prediction is to have Lawrence to grow his facial hair back because he looks like a pedophile. I could not look him in the face this Sunday because he was a pedophile with no facial hair.
I didn't even notice.
Oh,
yeah, I did. I noticed. I
didn't look at him enough.
Should have some form of facial hair. I don't care if it's a goatee. You don't have to have a full beard.
A little 5 o'clock, little shadow.
I like a 5 o'clock.
Little scruff. He need a little Corona beard.
Something. He got to get back on his game because that. I would like that.
They make it
Condola now because you ain't even got no facial hair.
They making the point to give us some Lawrence full body action, like even in the flashback dreams that Issa was having. I mean, I'm not angry about it.
Me either.
But he also had a beard then. He did.
No, this season they should. Remember when Issa was dreaming and she pictured them?
Oh yeah, he didn't have a beard. I didn't know at him because he didn't have.
I didn't pay attention to his beard.
Me either.
But the flashback, he was like, pop them tags.
Yes. In her dream.
Pop them tags.
She's crazy.
Oh my god.
Ooh. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I don't like to say 30 minutes. I need more.
He said we're not getting no more.
He did say
getting no more.
I heard.
We got 10 episodes, but we ain't getting no more minutes. That's it.
30 minutes.
Understood. I do love her little trailers though.
Me too.
The little trailers for it, they be funny.
So Nidra, Kim, you guys have predictions?
No, I actually agree with you with like, I just want to be along for the ride. And I think that the truth telling between her and Molly, because that's the one thing I do feel like they do with each other, is that they tell the truth.
Yeah.
About what flaws they see within each other. But I think the truth telling is gonna come, what we know is gonna come to a head with towards the end of the block party. But now I honestly don't know what's going to happen this season. So I'm excited for it. I'm just so happy that finally the show is back on. So
yeah, I was gonna say it took so long for this season to.
Yes, it took so long for this
They're
season
amazing writers. I think they probably predicted what we thought would happen, and that's not gonna happen. They're gonna make it. It's gonna be some page turners,
Yeah, good point.
I didn't think I was gonna get a little bit more.
No, I think they like to slow walk us.
They do, because they did that. They've done that each season. They like kind of slow walk you. They slow walk you in to the season.
Yeah,
but I just thought I was gonna get it just a little bit more.
But I feel like it set the tone for so much. Like
it did.
Yeah, it did between Issa and Molly, between Issa and Condola and Lawrence. Whatever the relationship is going to be like between Lawrence and Issa, because they're cool now.
That's what we got.
I mean, at the end of last season, they were cool.
Yeah, like she was
right. They were like talking and just like.
Yeah, remember he was like hooking up with like the resources to help her with her block party. Like they were cool at the end of the season. So I think with that, and then we'll see what Crazy Kelly going to be up to.
Love her. She needed to be the bartender at every event.
She was like, just give me this.
She's like just a little bit.
She's like, I mean, I can secure that. I can secure that sponsorship. Just let me know. Which you want me to do?
Wow.
Looking.
Love her.
She wild. She wild.
They did pack a lot in that 30 minutes. So,
They
yeah.
did. They put in a lot in that 30 minutes.
Yeah, for sure.
So we'll see, but I'm excited about that. So, all right, guys, I think we have been on for, I can't tell.
Are they frozen, Nidra?
I got one thing to say. No, I got one thing to say. Did y'all see the little girl singing, I don't want no scrubs?
Yes.
Did you see the meme or something?
It's a little girl, a little Caucasian girl. And everybody was singing with all of her heart and soul. She's like,
and that ending?
No, the ending was everything.
Everything.
Pajamas on.
Yes.
Honey.
Turned on the sound. I never
turn it on. You got to turn the sound on.
You got to turn the sound on.
She is my spirit.
She gave that her everything.
She is my spirit animal because that little girl.
I don't know.
100%.
Oh, wait till you see her. You're gonna be like, you right.
Oh, Toy. She's the business.
But I never turned on to see what she was singing. But Andrea, I don't know if anybody. I think you neck and neck with anybody who wants to sing because.
Don't be telling all my business.
You put on the show now. You really put on the show.
Y'all need to know about that. Moving on.
Yeah, so I want to thank Kim for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
It was so fun having you.
I know, I love you, girls.
And so we will see you guys next time.
All right, so find us where you find us. So that's on the podcast. We on
SoundCloud,
Apple Podcast, and then please watch us on YouTube. We're more fun on YouTube because you can see all of our crazy expressions and everything that we be telling Toya not to say. So,
but she say it anyway.
Our quarantine looks.
Yeah, our quarantine looks. God bless us. So, all right. Well, thanks for watching.
I'll show y'all what I did to the back. But...
Oh, look. Bye.
Bye.